Okay, hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend. Let me just check the audio. That is absolutely fine. Let me know if it's not. Right, really good. I'm not expecting to see loads of people here today, but it looks like there are 6 people watching, and RN and Nick are here, which is great. Great to have you here. I'm going to do about an hour today, and you know, unless something exciting happens, I think that'll be okay. We'll just look at the price of a few things, price of anything you fancy. I just want to talk about a few things as well. I'm just going to say hello to Razvan as well, and let me just do that because it's a bit more relaxed today, and I've, you know, got a bit more time. So hello, Razvan. Okay, I like that. I like that name. Actually, it's good. I like Romanian names. Actually, I think they're good. Anyway, let's have a look. So this, yeah, you're looking at Bitcoin here. Typically, this is kind of what I was saying yesterday. I mean, I didn't expect that signing of the whatever it was that Trump signed yesterday. I didn't really expect it to have any massive effect on the market. And you know what I said when I was talking to, I think, Wiz yesterday. I said that, you know, with these things, they always have the opposite effect of what they should be, really. So that happened on, when was it? Friday at around, I think it was about here, wasn't it? About 8 o'clock, I think it was. So what happened then was the price dumped down to the lowest it had been. Well, not for long, really, but it was the lowest it had been since last week. You know, like Tuesday or so. So not a big deal, but I suppose really from the all-time high, it's down quite a bit, isn't it? And I suppose even just going back from, you know, Thursday, you know, we did come down. What was that? About 3.5%. So, you know, a reasonable amount. Anyway, let's just let's put this on the. Actually, I'm going to leave it on the 6-minute time frame first of all. I'm going to put Stonksy on. I'm going to put Stonksy on the main chart first of all, because what we noticed here, and this doesn't show up very well on the Bybit chart, so I'm going to change it to the BLOFIN chart. Okay, so that is, I think that's that one. Yeah, there you go. For some reason, the BLOFIN chart seems to work better than the Bybit chart with Stonksy, and I don't know why that is. The other one you can use as well is the index chart, which in theory should have the oldest data, you know, like the most data from history, so that should work the best. But let's just put it on BLOFIN because that's generally what I'm trading on anyway. And let's just move that out of the way so we've got a bit more space. Okay, so what we got here is when that happened last night, you know, when Trump signed his documents, the price was here. Okay, no, it wasn't. It was Friday, wasn't it? Yes, there you go. Right, so the price came back down there. Now, what we did get a touch on this lower inner band there. Now, technically, from what we were talking about with SMFC the other day, is we shouldn't have really taken any notice of that one because it wasn't on a green background. As it happens, it would have been pretty damn good, actually. But the problem there is, like, you know, if you'd have done the same, say, like here, or here, it wouldn't have been so good, you know. So in a way, it's kind of good that you know, you wouldn't have just blindly followed that. That said, you know, if you were like watching the news and you thought the same as me, you might have chosen to go along there. But anyway, so after that, we've got some good Stonksy signals. I'm just going to say hello to Gonksy actually, so I can do this because I got more time. I'm going to say hi. Oh, we got a little G for Gonksy. You deserve a big G. There you go. Hi, Gonksy. Okay. Right. Cool. So yeah. So, you know, these would have been false signals, but that's not what we're doing. We're not doing this on the green background. But, you know, if your intuition at this point was thinking like we're pretty damn near a bottom, I reckon, you know, and then you would have been good. That said, we did get the other thing that me and Dave often talk about, which is when you get a green background and then you get this confirmation triangle there, and that was pretty good. But what the better one is this one here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you can clearly see here that the wick did cross that lower boundary of the inner channel, and that would have been so far a reasonable entry, you know, from there up to where we are. You know, it's not massive, 0.22%, but you know, it has been 0.44. So maybe this is going back up the right way, as we're hoping. Well, as many of us are hoping anyway. So that's on the 6-minute time frame. Now, the other thing we were looking at the other day is the 1 hour time frame, and with this one, we're looking at the oscillator down here. Now, at the moment, this isn't showing anything as good as what it was the other day. What we're looking for the other day was this red oscillator line turning pink, or as SMFC likes to call it, light red. Okay, and that happened at 2 o'clock on Thursday. And you see the price was down there, and then it went right back up there again. It looks like it might be coming down for a little while. So maybe we have got a bit more sideways action before we see a proper, boost up. Sorry, I've got a weird notification appeared. Weird. Okay, I'll ignore that. Yeah, so maybe we have just got a bit of like sideways action for the weekend. Maybe that's what's happening. We'll have a look at the CME close in a moment. Let's just have a look who else is here. Right. All right. I'm going to say hi to Jalapeno. And I'm going to try and put the little thingy on the N to make it into an Enya. Because, interestingly enough, in Spanish, that isn't an accent. That's a different letter. You got N and you got Enya, which I believe are different letters. A bit like CH is a different letter. That's the letter Ch. So there you go. Anyway, I'm just quite excited because I've been just finalising some details of my holiday in Spain next month. I'll be going on the 2nd of August, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Right, it's getting a lot of people now, so I can't. I'll try and say hello to everyone. I'll say hello, Mike. Mike Munns, excellent. Mike Munns, are you the guy? You're the guy in Cornwall, aren't you? You're the guy who you were going to arrange a get together in Cornwall. I think that'd be fun. I'm sure that was you. Let me know if it was. And my pal Math is here. Me and Math are doing some stuff together on my channel. We've got some exciting stuff that's going to happen next week. So do check out my channel as well. It's called Save with Crypto. By the way, I am called Save with Crypto. That is my channel as well. I am standing in for Dave Stonksy, who is away at the moment. I think he's moving house, but he took some time off from a week last Wednesday, and I believe he's back on Tuesday. So you'll see Dave then. And then I'll be a guest on Wednesday with Dave, and I'm really looking forward to that, to having a bit of a catch up and a bit of a chat about what we've been up to. I must admit, while he's been away, it's like Bitcoin's gone a bit nuts, hasn't it? In fact, the whole crypto market's gone a bit nuts, and it's kind of quite funny. It happened the day he left, I think. So anyway, we'll have some stuff to talk about, and that's cool. Right. Anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, I was over here, wasn't I? And so I was saying that on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we could come down for a little while, or maybe just go sideways. Really, I think at the moment we're just there, aren't we? Let's have a look at the CME close from last night. And the way I like to do that is, sorry, my browser went weird then. I know. Okay, the way I like to do that is literally to go to the CME group website, okay, and then search up here for Bitcoin futures, okay, and you get this one here. I mean, I've normally got a bookmark for this, and you can see here the price the CME closed at there was 117,670. Okay, so let's just go back to the chart, and actually let's have a look at the actual CME chart. So to do that, you need I've normally got a that in my watch list. My watch list is getting a bit out of control, actually. There's too many things in it. Okay, so you need to search for BTC1 exclamation mark. And this is the CME here. So let's just turn Stonksy off there so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to put in what shall I put in? Shall I put in a horizontal ray at the close? Let me just check the actual coordinates of that. So I'll put in that value that I just got. So 11 sorry, 117,670. And I was going to say CME. Well, it's obviously the CME, isn't it? CME from Friday, which was the 18th of July, 0718. I always write the date like that, by the way. I don't know if anyone else does. So it goes year, month, day. The reason I do that is because I quite often work with people from the States, people from Europe, and people from the UK. And obviously the States, they go, where do they go? They go month, day, year, don't they? In the UK and most of Europe, we go day, month, year. So I do it different to both of them. I go year, month, day. so it's not familiar to anyone. But that is actually, I believe, like the ISO date format, I think. So that's really cool. And also that number, that whole number, like whatever that is, was that 20,250,718. That number is actually a numerical number that you can sort. If you just sort it numerically, it sorts everything into date order. So I mean, to me, that's just the most logical way to write a date. Anyway, let me know how you write the date. Cool. Anyway, time for an IPA. Oh God, I love IPA. Because I lived in France for like 20 years. I mean, all you get there is like beer, and the beer you get there is always like that kind of it's like lager. It's like what we call lager in the UK, or I think Germany use the word lager as well. Very sort of pale, not very exciting sort of beer. I mean, it's nice when it's cold on a hot day, I suppose. But I always had this thing in my mind that a really fond memory of drinking English beer, and I was thinking about like Marston's Pedigree, Courage Directors, classic beers like Fuller's ESB. I used to love that. And when I got back to England after being away for 20 years, I mean, I had come back for holidays, but after being away all that time, I thought, I'm gonna love drinking English beer again, and I didn't really. And I was thinking, like, it's not quite as good as I remembered, really. So, because I'm in the southwest of England, I discovered Proper Job IPA by St Austell Brewery. They're based in Cornwall, and it just became my favourite beer. And IPA, for anyone who doesn't know, I think it stands for like Indian Pale Ale. I have no idea why it's Indian. It's not. Don't think it's anything to do with India, is it? Or maybe whatever. Anyway, the thing about it is it's quite a hoppy beer. Very hoppy actually. So it's got a lovely sort of bitter taste to it. It's great. I love it. Yeah, my favourite beer, definitely. Cool. Anyway, all right. I'm glad you're having a drink. Short video guru. I've got one in the fridge actually. I'm really tempted to go and get it, but I will resist. I will resist unless everyone starts drinking, and then I will. Okay. So yeah, that was a CME close from Friday. That's 117,565. So how does that compare with the price we were at, say, on the let's go to the BLOFIN chart. So the BLOFIN chart, so I'm going to put it on here anyway, right? So let me just put in one for that value. And I'm going to put the same thing in 25, 7, 18. Okay. So that's where it was, but there's always a kind of premium on the CME. It's always a higher price than what it was on the normal charts. And also, I'm actually looking. Actually, this is the index chart, isn't it? That's okay, actually. Let me just have a look at the price it was at Friday. I think it's like 9. No, it's 9 p.m. I think is the price that it closes at. So, actually, yeah, it wasn't far off actually. I mean, might be more like there. So I'm going to move that down just a little bit, just to that candle there. Okay. Yeah, just to that candle close there. So that was the candle that closed at 9. 9 o'clock, or was that the one that opened at 9 o'clock? Well, round about there. Okay. So, could we expect the price to come back down there? Yeah, highly likely, isn't it? In fact, 1 hour time frame, that was supposed to be a double bottom. That's really bad, isn't it? Let's do that again. So it comes down here. We came down here. We went back up. We're going up now. And then if we come down for, that's not Saturday, hang on, Sunday. No, a bit more stretched out than that. So something like, we could do something like that and then go back up, maybe. That's quite a possibility. So I think, I don't know, to me, I think we just got a bit of general bit of chopping around to do over the weekend. What else do we think? Right, let's talk about beer for a second. Right, so a bit more on beer. That's right. So short video guru is having an IPA. That's right. Math loves an IPA. It's my go-to beer. Well done, mate. Yeah, I agree entirely. I think it's got really popular these days. I'm just gonna have a look why it's called IPA actually. So I'm gonna secretly Google something and try and work out. Which I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna bring it up on the page. So India Pale Ale is a hoppy beer style with a broader category of pale ale. Okay, it originated in the United Kingdom to be exported to India, which was under the control of the British East India Company in 1858. The higher hop content of the IPA acted as a natural preservative, preventing it from spoiling during the long shipping voyage. It has since regained significant popularity and is associated with craft beer. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so does it mention? So that's the story then. I wonder if it mentions St Austell Brewery. Does it? Oh, I see. You got all these lovely beer makes like Green King, Charles Wells. Worthington's White Shield is an example of a historic India Pale Ale. I remember that stuff from when I was a kid. Well, young adult, should I say? I wasn't drinking beer when I was a kid. Well, not quite. Anyway, well, maybe I was, but okay, right. And they have American varieties as well. Okay, so black IPA. That's just wrong. That's just that's rubbish, isn't it? Well, probably not rubbish. It's probably lovely, but excellent. And then the one I'm into. Oh, I'll show you. Is hang on. I just have to confirm I'm 18 to look at this website. Yeah. So the one I'm into is this stuff, right? It's proper job. Yeah, and it comes on draft as well in pubs. You can get it, and amazingly enough, I mean, I have kind of been not drinking for a while. I had a few days in Manchester when I did have a drink, and I also I had a few last Sunday as well. But generally, I'm not. And they've done this version here, right? This 0.5 version. 0.5 is the same alcohol as like as a ripe banana. So, but they've done this, and this is like the best alcohol-free beer you can get, right? And 0.5 is technically alcohol-free, and they've done it so well. And they don't do that thing where they brew it and then take out the alcohol. They actually brew it at that strength, and they've done it so well. And that's the best alcohol-free beer in the world. And the other one, the green one, where's it gone? The green one. This is my opinion anyway. And this one here is just the best beer in the world. The only thing about this is in the bottles and the cans, it's 5.5%, which is pretty rock and roll, isn't it? And if you have it in a pub on draft, from a beer pump, I think it's 4.1 or 4.4. I think it's 4.1 actually. And I'm not sure why that is. I think that's because they've got some sort of tax reasons now in the UK. So it means if you sell strong beer in a pub, then they have to, tax a lot, and it gets really expensive. Anyway, right, enough about beer. Let's get back to the Bitcoin. So yeah, so that level there. I'm just going to change that text slightly on that, because I want to just make it clear that was that's not it. Oh, I've got the pen rather than, okay, right. So I just want to change that. I'm just going to say estimated, right? Because I think that's about the level we need to come down to fill that gap. And I need to remember I've done that on the index chart. But I might even just copy that and go over to the BLOFIN chart and put that in a similar place from Friday. So Friday, yes. Was it about there, was it? No, one before. Okay, something like that. Okay, not going to worry about it too much, but yeah, chances are it might be on this chart, rather than the actual thingy one, the index chart. Okay. So let me just save that. Right. Okay. Right. So that is Bitcoin. Let's put Stonksy back on. So at the moment, on the 1 hour time frame on BLOFIN, it's just saying it's in a no trade zone, right? Stonksy did pretty well, just on the green background, sort of showing well, quite a lot of things really. Back in the early in the week, from Tuesday up until there, absolutely beautiful. This little one here from Wednesday until later on Wednesday, that was a nice little climb as well. This red one here, not so good. It did actually sort of go up there, but I think at the moment, I think as we're in a uptrend, really, I think we should be looking for longs rather than shorts. Apart from if you manage to snag an entry at an all-time high, I think if you can do that, then it might be worth trying to build a short position, just in case we have a phenomenal dump, which we probably will at some point. But I don't think it's going to happen just yet. I think we've got a bit higher to go myself. Let me know what everyone else thinks. But yeah, it's all good. Right. Anyway, that's Bitcoin. Ethereum, of course. Ethereum. By the way, there is a bit of background noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's an event happening in like a community shop over the road today. There's a bit of music playing. I really hope it doesn't come through and well, and get a copyright strike. That would be terrible, but no, I don't think it will. I can just hear I can't tell what song it is, so I'm assuming that YouTube can't tell what song it is either. So it's just a sort of bassy thud. Anyway, so Ethereum on the 1 hour isn't actually showing very much, at least not on the index chart. Let me just try a different one. Okay, well, Stonksy is not showing that much with Ethereum. However, if you had have gone by using the oscillator, moving from the dark red to light red, that would have been brilliant. You would have actually, chosen to go long there at 2957, and now we're like $1,000 higher, which percentage-wise, that must be huge. Hang on. So that's from there up to there. That's like, it's 20%. That's a lot, isn't it, for Ethereum? Yeah, really nice. So I think at the moment, just having a bit of a chill, going sideways and all that. I will show you something. Oh, Math can't hear the background noise. Okay, that's cool. I will show you something that I was talking to uh, about with Wiz yesterday, and that was a stock called RX Recursion Pharmaceuticals. I believe what they're doing is they're working on stuff to do with ovarian cancer, which is which is a kind of subject fairly dear to my heart, actually. Not dear, but no, fairly close to my heart. Uh, uh, my wife actually died of colon cancer, but my first ever girlfriend, she died a couple of years ago of ovarian cancer, and such a shame. She was amazing. She was like, beautiful. She was an opera singer. She was incredible, and she had like a really good career, with like, CDs out, and she was doing big concerts, and not big concerts, but like, quite large concerts. And all of a sudden, just out of the blue, she realized she got ovarian cancer, and she was dead within 6 months, and that was it, really. Anyway, so I actually got I got a little package in the post from her yesterday. Not from her, but from her sister rather. And it was some photos of me and her when we were like 16 on holiday in Wales. And yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a bit of a sign, to be honest, actually. So what I did was we were talking about this with Wiz, and Wiz was saying he thinks this one might do pretty well. Let's just zoom out a little bit. You can see it's actually been like, quite high back in 2021. At the moment, it's going pretty low, isn't it? And what I did was I bought some stock. I bought some RX stock yesterday. So shall I show you that? I suppose. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you that. So it wasn't that. It was. Hang on. Am I going to just try not to dox myself? Okay. So that is RX. Okay, that's that one there. So recursion thingies. So I bought it yesterday, and it went up 1.29%. I bought quite a lot. So just spot, I'm £268 in profit. So thank you very much, Wiz, if you're watching. That's really nice. That yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I think that might do well, actually. Let's just take a look at the chart. So this is the daily time frame. Let's put Stonksy back on. So Stonksy on the daily, right? Which obviously doesn't change that often. Stonksy on the daily is red, okay. And I bet on the okay, the hourly is actually green. Let me expand that a little bit. So the hourly is green, okay, and that has been like that since Tuesday. In fact, Tuesday the 15th. That was last Tuesday, wasn't it? And that's pretty cool, isn't it? Because that's up 12%, and that's a traditional stock, right? So, that's good with Stonksy. If you'd have gone for the SMFC plan of waiting until the oscillator, let me make it bigger. Wait until the oscillator goes down here, right? Gets stuck on the bottom and then goes pink, or light red, as he likes to call it. Oops. Hang on. There you go. And goes light red. Okay, you would have bought that here. Okay. So you would have bought, or if you could long it, if you wanted to go long with it, you could have done. So you'd have done that on the 26th of June if you weren't at Glastonbury. And then now you'd be 15.92% up, and that's a traditional stock. So that's really good. That's showing you that with Stonksy. Looking at the 6-minute thing, I haven't tried this yet. This is the other SMFC idea. Now, the idea here again is you wait until the price touches that lower boundary of the inner channel of that channel there. Okay, so, and that only works on a green background. So really, you'd have seen the background go green here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, 6 minutes. Yeah. So you'd have seen the channel go green here. The price came down here and went into that green band there. Okay. Now, if you were brave, you would have kept it open, thinking that was a good entry, and now you would be 11% up. If you'd have sold at this like high here, you would have been 18% up. And you could have done this with just spot. You know, that's what I do. I just do spot with traditional stuff. I don't get into any leverage CFDs or anything like that. You could have done that. If you'd have missed that one, you could have gone for this one here, which is pretty much the same price. And if you missed that, you could have got into it here, okay, or here, and you would have caught that pump up there. Pretty cool, isn't it? So this 6 minute and 1 hour thing seems to work really, really well. Let me just see what that ping was. That's all right. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I just found out that we're going to get a lift from my house to the airport when we go to Spain. So I won't have to pay 100 and whatever pounds to park my car at the airport. That's brilliant. Excellent. Cool. So Stonksy works really, really well on things like this, you know, recursion pharmaceuticals. So for now, while it's a green background and while the oscillator is up here, is it up here on the 1 hour time frame? Okay. While the oscillator is up here, I'm going to keep my position. What I might do is if the oscillator goes up to here, now this doesn't work quite so well apparently, according to SMFC. He said that sometimes when you're trying to short or look for sell positions, at the moment this doesn't work quite as well going from green. Actually, it's light. Is that light green? I suppose it's light green to dark green. It doesn't work as well going from light green downwards as it does going from red to pink. Okay, but if you look at the idea of what you could have done, then you see like here, that there would have been your sell point, wouldn't it? And then the price would have come down there and you could have bought again. Yeah, so there are options anyway. But I think with this, I mean, my plan is I'll either just hang on to it for a long term, or I'll literally just buy here, sell there, you know, when it goes up to the top of the band, and just keep doing that while I'm still interested in that stock, which, you know, I might get bored with it after a while, and yeah, do all that. Okay, so just clicking the wrong thing there. So got math saying, how's the M2 supply looking? I actually don't know how to look at that. How do I look at that? Is there something I don't look at really? Let me just have a look. So yeah, someone tell me how to look at that. Is it something I can do on TradingView? I don't know if it is. M2 money stock, is that it? I guess it is, isn't it? Okay. No, that's not what I want. Weapon there. What did I do? Oh, help. Okay. Don't know what M is. Oh, was that it? Okay. Right, where's the chart? Okay. I've never looked at this before, ever. Is that how it looks? Can I look at candles? No, I can't. And let's look at I'm slightly out of my depth with this. I don't know what I'm looking at. Right. Right, you've either made me look like an idiot there, Math, or no, I'm just gonna say that it's something I'm not particularly familiar with. But M2 money stock, M2. So that isn't it, M2 money stock. But how do I get a chart that I can actually play with? What's that there? Runtime memory, unsupported resolution. Okay, so I'm in the right place. It's just I have no idea how to do that. Don't know. RN saying, is it not a technical indicator? Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Let's go back to something. Let's go back to a normal chart. What do you mean, like an indicator? M2 money. Global M2 money supply. Is that it? Oh, okay. Right. Okay, let's turn Stonksy off for a moment so I can see what I'm doing. No. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Right. So what's the idea? The idea is that follows the price of Bitcoin follows the price of that. Let's just move that for the minute. Let's just turn that off. Right, I obviously need to do some homework with this, don't I? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you got me stumped there a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing there. Let's have a look. Right, it's Bath saying sorry. Yeah, sorry. It's just something I've never ever looked at. I might skip your query actually, and I might have to go away and do some research about that. I know it's I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Anyway, right. Actually, if you Google global M2 liquidity chart, that sounds more like the sort of thing I could do. I'm pretty sure that's what I've seen people looking at. So global M2 liquidity chart. M2. So I've got this thing here. All right, this looks fun. Okay, right, let's change this. Okay. So M2 global supply growth year on year growth rate. Okay, so which one's which? The red one is the M2, and the white one is the Bitcoin price. Okay. So can I look at different resolutions? What's that? 24 hours. Well, that's what it looks like. So I don't know how to do very much with this really, but if we say that Bitcoin price is there, then the M2 money supply is definitely above it. So if you think it's going to follow it, then it should. it should be good. It should mean the Bitcoin price goes up, doesn't it? If that's the case. What actually is it anyway? So this chart illustrates the year-over-year growth in the global money supply, M2, from the top 21 central banks compared to the price of Bitcoin. Okay. The M2 global measure includes cash, checking and savings deposits, money market accounts, and smaller deposits under $100,000. An increase in global liquidity indicates that major central banks are making more money available to their economies. They typically achieve this by lowering interest rates or purchasing government bonds and other securities to expand the money supply. When comparing Bitcoin's price to the M2 growth rates of central banks like the Fed, ECB, PBOC, Bank BOJ, and others, there is a clear correlation. Bitcoin tends to rise in tandem with the growth of the M2 supply. Historically, Bitcoin bull markets have aligned with periods of increased global liquidity. Okay. So what was going on here then when the M2 money supply was down here and Bitcoin was up there? I guess that was just like early days of Bitcoin. And then what happened there? That was COVID, wasn't it? Okay. So 2022, price came down until 2023. And then it's been following since. Okay. So yeah, so I see what you're saying. Yeah. So that would imply that the price of Bitcoin is about to go up and do something mental. I mean, I think definitely a few months ago people were saying that, well, that's it, that the bull market's over, and I didn't think so. I still don't, actually. Anyway, I'm just going to have a look at RN was saying Doge and Sui. Let's have a look at those. I've lost my cursor. There you go. Right, let's go back to what I've done is I close the tab that was showing my screen, so that should make it come back now. Okay, right. So let's go to Sui. Looking at crypto. Okay, that's the BLOFIN chart. Let's go. That one should be fine. Let's just move that out of the way. So let's bring back Stonksy, the oscillator. Let's put that on the 1 hour time frame for the time being. Oh, that's interesting. Right. So going on Dean's idea, right, of Dean is SMFC. He's the programmer of the Stonksy bot. The price, the momentum has been stuck down here since Friday, so yesterday. Okay. Now, is that a good indication that the price will go up? Looks like it is, actually. Let me just look at another one. What did it do here? It kind of implies it might go up a little bit, but it's not quite as dramatic as you get with Bitcoin. Okay. So for this, it might be worth setting an alert. For Stonksy. That's the wrong one. For Stonksy oscillator. Okay, on Sui on the 1 hour. So I'm looking for the oscillator going light red. Okay. I'll have once per bar. And that is fine. I'm actually just I'm gonna give it a thingy, a custom name saying live stream, and I'm going to put today's date, because if this triggers, it'll be quite good to come back and use this as an example and see if SMFC's strategy worked out. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to be looking for a change of that to go pink or light red. Okay, so that to me looks like it wants to go up. Let's look at that on the 6 minute. Okay. Now I'm just going to look at Stonksy in the top pane there. Okay, so what we got here? It's done that thing, hasn't it? Look, it came down here, and it did that touch? Did it cross? Zoom in. Right, that didn't quite cross there. Got damn close though, didn't it? That would have been a good entry, wouldn't it? So at the moment, I think like Bitcoin, I think it's probably going to drift along a bit during the weekend. But looking at that momentum oscillator, it looks like it wants to come back up, doesn't it? Let's just get that out of the way, give myself a bit more room. So going back to the 1 hour time frame, what you could do here is you could certainly look for when the background on Stonksy goes green there. At the moment it's red. It doesn't seem to go green that often, but when it does, it's not bad. So let's just zoom out a bit more, see where we are. Let's go out to the daily, get an idea of what's going on. Okay. So it looks like that level there, from that peak there, and also you've had plenty of like interaction with that. That might be an important level to get above to see further movement to the upside. If we were going to go down, I don't think we're going to go down at the moment because that momentum thing didn't look like we were going to. If we were going to go down, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on the VRVP. So that's no VRVP. Just to get an idea of where the kind of nodes are. So if we were going to go down, looks like that sort of level there, 3.48 is what you could come down to. It looks bullish to me though. It looks like we're going to go up, to these kind of levels up here. That would be my thoughts about SUI. And obviously you've got this void here as well. Because is that like all-time highs? I guess it is, isn't it? Yeah, that was an all-time high there. That was, when was that? January. Okay. So yeah, so if it goes up, I think if it goes up and gets above that level there, it could sort of go up quite nicely. It's a bit awkward with that jumping around, isn't it? But you can see the void bit there. Let me just do that. You can see this void in the volume there. So you got one of those fair value gaps, haven't you? So you could just go back up there and then you're off again. Yeah, SUI is probably quite a good bet for buying or going long now. Yeah, I don't own any myself, but yeah, it's interesting. Doge. Doge had a bit of a pump yesterday. Let's just have a look. Let's have a look at Stonksy. Right. Okay. So conversely, with Doge, what you've seen here is like, the oscillator here being up at like oversold for quite a while, which kind of surprised me that it came down so much actually. But you can see it's starting to fall off now, so didn't really make any sense why it went up there. So I don't know why that happened. Okay. Doge doesn't look quite so lively to me. Let's put the Stonksy on in this part of it. Oh, okay. But certainly on the, I was looking on the daily. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's why it made no sense. Right. Okay. So Doge with this oscillator thing here, you can see here. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so you can see here that when it went pink about here back in middle of July, actually that was no, middle of July, that was like 3 days ago, wasn't it? Okay, so a couple of days ago, you know, you got this moving off the pink there, and the price went up quite nicely. The thing is now it's gone to the opposite thing. So rather than being the red stuck at the bottom, you got the green stuck at the top. So I would expect that to either chill out a bit or come down. It looks like it's starting to come down a little bit. But yeah, so I think that's going to come down a little bit. Let's have a look on the 6-minute time frame using Stonksy. Stonksy saying no trade at the moment. You see, if that was a green background here, I'd be saying, oh yeah, you know, definitely go long, but it wasn't. In fact, we've not had a green background. Let's see if this one worked. Yeah. This is no use to you now, but like, you know, if you'd have had Stonksy back here, okay, you would have gone into this green background area here. And this was only like 3 or 4 days ago, wasn't it? You would have gone here and then you would have seen the price come down to this lower boundary of the inner channel. Okay. And if you'd have stuck with that, thinking that the background's green anyway, I mean, it did come down there and touch a few more times afterwards. And by then you would have been massively in profit, wouldn't you? You could have actually ridden it all the way up here. And you could have got something like, wow, like a 34% increase. That would have been impressive, actually. Yeah, I didn't realize that works so well on Doge, actually. Certainly good for getting an entry, isn't it? So, yeah. At the moment, though, we're not on a green background, so that isn't relevant anymore. So Doge, I think, is either going to go sideways or it's going to come down. That's more likely. I don't think you're going to see a massive pump in that just yet. Okay. Right. So math, there's M2SL. Right. You're not going to let me off with this, are you? Let's have a look. M2SL. And that is a thingy. There you go. M2. I don't know why it's saying that, though. Intervals less than a month are not allowed. Okay, so I have to. Okay, so I need to get out. How do I get out of the time frame though? But it won't let me change. Or will it? Maybe it will. That same month. Right. Okay, got it. So do that and then yeah, I'm back there again. Okay, so that is what I was looking at before, wasn't it? Yeah. But I need to do the compare with Bitcoin thing, and then yeah, I'll look how to do that because that might be worth something worth talking about, and you know, people obviously like it and stuff. You know, cool. Math saying Yahoo only seems to like monthly YH. Only seems to like monthly for some YH. Not sure what you mean. Right. Crypto Cruise. Hello, mate. Could you look at Cookie? Cookie. Is that a what is it? Oh, okay. Let's look at the. Okay, that's the monthly time frame. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay. Right. I don't know what this is. Let me just have a zoom out. I don't know what it is. It's not dead though, is it? Because it's come down quite a lot in April. It seems to be going up. Okay. 1 hour time frame. You see, if you got Stonksy, what I would do, I would wait until this red oscillator line comes down here and gets stuck on the bottom like what it did then. Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, from there it went up really slowly, didn't it? But it did go up, you know. And it looks like we're coming down again now. Let's try this on the 6-minute thing as well. I'm actually loving this 6-minute time frame thingy. So here, let's look. So we've got a green background here. That was this morning. And yeah, and it touched. Actually, went over the lower boundary of the inner channel, didn't it? So that was going up nicely. It's a shame that the green background's disappeared, but I would say once again, yeah, I would say Stonksy is red on the 1 hour there, which is a bit annoying. Let's just remove Stonksy for the moment and then zoom out a little bit. It jumps around a lot, doesn't it? Okay. I think with this, it's going to go one way or the other, isn't it? I think what I would do, like I was saying, with that oscillator thing, I would look on the 1 hour. I would look for that coming down to the bottom, grinding along the bottom, and that might even get down to this level here. Okay, like 0.1605, which would make sense because, you know, it's been down there quite a lot before. If it comes down to there, that could be your bounce zone. Alternatively, getting up to that node there at like 0.2. Yeah. I can't see any clear direction with that at the moment. I would wait and see what it does. I wouldn't trade that at the moment. If you're already in a trade, then well, it depends which way you're going, really. But I mean, it looks generally like it should go up, doesn't it? You know, if you look at something like I don't know really, something like a double bottom like that, that's not bad. You've definitely got a higher low there, haven't you? And you've got higher highs there as well. Yeah, so I suppose, you know, within that, you know, on a very big scale, which is it that big? You might have something like that. I don't know. Maybe something like that. You might be in this channel for a little while. In which case, you know, you could quite easily go up here, but you might bounce around and come down. Yeah, I don't know about that. I would say at the moment it's a bit undecided. I'm not brilliant at TA, but as you can tell, I just kind of like to rely on Stonksy and a few other indicators just to give me a better idea of what's going on. But yeah, Cookie, not sure about that one, mate. Okay, awesome. Right. So, Cryptogenic Dude saying, smash the like button to support the team. They've been doing good work, guys. Oh, thank you very much for saying that. That's awesome. Yeah, it's been interesting filling in for Dave while he's been away. Sometimes I've been thinking, like, what am I going to talk about for 2 hours, and then I kind of think, well, there's usually something to talk about, and all of a sudden 2 hours is gone, and it's been quite good. And then at the end of it, I'm thinking, oh, I didn't say that, I didn't say this. So it's quite good to be able to come back the next day and get on with it. Dave will be back on Tuesday, so that should be good. I'm looking forward to having a chat with him. So that's really cool. But yeah, do smash the like, and I should share some links, but I think you all know about them. They're all in the description. There's a code down there for Stonksy itself, where you can get 10% off the annual fee if you want to buy that. The code for that is SWC10. You can get 20% off the first month if you go for monthly. The code for that is BOT20, BOT20. And there's also links to BLOFIN, where you get VIP 1 fees for the first month, and I believe it might even be forever. So use that BLOFIN link if you can. Also, there is a link to Crypto Saving Expert, where it's normally 80 quid a month, and you can get it for it's normally £100 a month, but you can get an 80% discount with that link down there. There's a code as well, and that means it's like £20 a month, which is almost nothing, isn't it? Cryptogenic, isn't Cookie what Ivan on Tech has been promoting as a rival to Kado? Maybe. I don't know what Kado is either. What does it do? Crypto Cruise saying yes. Oh, okay. Right. You're replying to Crypto Thingy. Okay. Okay. Sometimes I watch Ivan on Tech. Sometimes more often than not, I don't actually, because I find his show's a bit too long, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Cruz. That's what I thought. Long. Okay. Florin, hello, mate. Good afternoon, SWC. Late again, working late, getting up late. Good on you, mate. Good on you for getting here anyway. But please do give the stream a like. Unless anyone's got anything else to talk about, I'll probably call it a day there, because I think we've done everything I wanted to talk about. I'm just going to check in on Bitcoin again. So what happened there? Oh no. Right, let's zoom into something. Zoom into the 6 minute again. I suppose really I should be paying some attention to seeing what happens with this oscillator on the smaller time frames, like 6 minutes, because that seems to be quite useful as well. You see, like here, red goes pink, boom, up you go. So maybe that could be a strategy as well. I'm actually doing some experiments at the moment on my own channel with doing some like really very short time frame scalping. I'm just trying to grow an account from $100 up to well, hopefully a lot more. Just seeing if I can do it just by literally finding signals that such as that, excuse me, where you can get like a few percent increase, and literally just opening, closing, and moving around like that, and just compounding the gains to see how quickly I can turn $100 into a lot more. So if you want to see me doing that, do check out my channel as well. It's called Save with Crypto, and I'll be over there doing my stuff. Cool. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, so sorry, Florian, you just got here, and I'm just going to go. So yeah, I'm going to be back tomorrow night. Now I'm not sure what time to do actually. I think what I'll do, unless unless Bitcoin does something crazy and goes for another highest weekly candle close ever, then I might just do do like an hour or so around about 7 p.m. at UK time. So that'd be about 6 p.m. UTC, maybe a little bit later. That's my plan. If you want to know exactly when I'm doing that, do check out what I post on X. My handle is Saver Crypto. I normally tag in Stonksy as well. So normally someone from the Stonksy team will retweet my tweets as well. Other than that, I'll of course announce stuff in the Stonksy Discord if you're a Stonksy user already, and also if you go to my website, it's called savercrypto.org. You'll see all the links to get hold of me, and I've got a Telegram group there where I announce stuff as well. So if I'm doing that, and I will notify you there. So I'll definitely see you tomorrow sometime. I think it's going to be about 8 p.m. UK time, so 7 p.m. UTC. I think that's what I'll go for. Cryptogenic saying the £100 dollar challenge sounds fun. You're doing that today. I'm starting to make a video today. Yeah, but I do want to go out because it's Saturday and I've kind of been indoors all week, and yeah, I do need to go out and touch some grass and all that, and yeah, as they say. Cool, excellent. Right, if everyone's happy, I'm just going to say have a brilliant Saturday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Do click like on the way out. Leave any comments you like under any of the videos, and I will attempt to respond to everything. And yeah, I'm just going to say have a great weekend. See you tomorrow, and yeah, get Stonksy and check out the links that are in the description of this live stream. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good day.